Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. This video will be part 11 of my SolidWorks mini vacuum cleaner project. Alright, in my previous video I have shown you all, I have completed all the part modeling of my mini vacuum cleaner, and in my latest previous video I have already shown you how I have made the separate part file for the front casing and also for the rear casings. Alright, maybe in my previous video I have shown you assembly of my mini vacuum cleaner. To tell you frankly, those assembly mode that I've done for doing the part modeling, the assembly that I've done is not appropriate assembly file. The idea of me do assembly in my previous video is to do part modeling in assembly mode, but to do a full assembly you have to do it start from the beginning. Okay, so for this video I will show you how I will do full assembly since I have completed all the parts. Alright, to do assembly, so I will go for new and I will go for the middle one, assembly. Alright, so when you go for assembly, the first thing it will ask the parts you want to insert in your assembly. Okay, the first thing, you cannot just simply randomly pick your component. You have to think the way when your product, in my case is mini vacuum cleaner, so what will be the base component, what will be the base platform or the base part. You have to think when you want to do assembly. For my case, my mini vacuum cleaner, if I want to do the assembly of my parts of my vacuum cleaner, so the rear casing should be the base. It's kind of like I'm holding the rear casing, then I will mount in all the internal component like DC motor, the impeller, the rear cap, the rechargeable battery, the PCB, and also the power button. So in my case, my base component, the one that I should put first in my assembly, will be the rear casing. So I will select the rear casing first. Now when it goes for rear casing, so I will not click on the screen, so I simply click OK here. So it means that it will put this rear casing at the origin point. As you can see the list on this picture manager, the rear casing we have bracket F, so it means it is in fixed mode, I cannot move it. Alright, since I have put the rear casing as my first component and it is my base component, so this is the best way for you to do assembly. Do not put random component on your screen. The first component should be your base component. Alright, since the rear casing is my base component, you have to think how you are going to mount all the internal component in order. Alright. Okay, now if I have this base component, the next thing for me to do to be insert will be, okay, before I insert it in order, I simply insert component. I select all the component first that involved in my mini vacuum cleaner. So I will insert the hold on, I kind of like have a redundant part file here, so I go for I will go for this one. I will go for the container valve, the HEPA filter, the front casing, and the DC motor, the impeller, the rechargeable battery, and I have the rear cap. The PCB is the PCB, and the power button, on off button, the name is on off button. Yeah, this one is on off button. Then I click open. Okay, now so this is a valve, and this one is the nozzle, the crevice nozzle. So this is a DC motor, I put it here, and this is the front casing, I put it in front here. So this one is the air filter, I put it here, and this one is the impeller, I put it there, and this is the power button, I put it here, and this one is the PCB, and this one is the rear cap, this one is the rechargeable battery, and I forgot to insert the screw. Alright, so I will go for screw. I have screw. Alright, actually the screw is M2.5, so I will insert the screw. So the screw, I put it somewhere at this position. Since this rear casing is my base component, in order for me to do mate setting, to put the part in position, I cannot do it randomly. I have to do it organize it. I have to organize it in order. So the second part, imagine that if you are holding this rear casing, so what will be the first component you want to mount on this rear casing? The first component that I will mount on this rear casing will be the DC motor together with the impeller. So it means that for my first mate setting, so let me bring my motor to this position first, and I drag my impeller to this position. So the first mate setting that I will do, so here under the assembly I have the mate, so I will select this cylindrical surface of this impeller will mesh with the shaft. So it goes like that. Setting on the left here, I can go under mate alignment. I can go second option to flip the direction, then I click OK. Automatically now the SolidWorks consider it as a relation is concentric, right? It share the same center point. I can drag this thing. Alright, the next setting will be, so this one will be the surface will touch this surface. It go to coincident, so I click OK. So this is my first setting for my DC motor and the impeller. So my next move is that I will do the mate setting. I want to put this DC motor into position, right? So it means that I will do my second mate setting will be the cylindrical surface of this motor must mesh with the cylindrical surface of this rib supporter, so it goes for concentric. Then okay, the direction is okay, then I click OK. Now I have the third setting. I can still move it, right? I can still move it. So my next setting will be, since we have this supporting rib to hold the motor, this is kind of like a stopper to prevent the motor to be slide into this direction. So I will select this surface will touch this surface, so this will be my next setting. And the next one will be, since it's already in position, okay, let me click OK first. Alright, the motor now is in fixed position, but I can still rotate the motor. I can still rotate the motor like this. I want the, since the motor at the back here, I have the metal connector. So this metal connector, I want it to be in, not in vertical, I want it to be in horizontal. To do that, okay, let me go like this. Okay, my next setting is that here on the list here, I can select the DC motor here, the DC motor. I will go for, hold on, I drag it like this. I will go for the list here. This is the DC motor. I go for the DC motor, the, not the top casing, the front casing will mesh with the this file, this assembly file front plane. Alright, the DC motor front plane will mesh with the this file assembly file front plane. Then I click OK. Then I click OK. As you can see now, my motor, the metal connector is in horizontal position. So I cannot rotate the motor, but the impeller I can rotate it, right? So the impeller I don't care, I can go for any angle. Alright, so this will be my next setting for my mate. Alright, I just need to tell you here in the list, it is important, since the way the order of the component here, it will affect when you do assembly drawing and also your exploded view drawing, where you have a balloons number, part number, and also your bill of material, you have part number. Since the list here will be the list, the order of how you assemble the parts. The rear casing is the base component, so the second part, so the second one will be the DC motor, and the impeller will be second and the third component. So it means that the DC motor here, I will drag it up until rear casing, so DC motor will be the second one, and the impeller here I will drag up until DC motor, so the impeller will be the third component. So we must be in order, right? So you cannot do the mate setting randomly. Right, after I have already mount the DC motor and the impeller in position, my next setting, the way how I will do the assembly, I will not go for the rear cap. The rear cap will be the second last of the sub assembly of the sandal unit. The next one will be the rechargeable battery. the rechargeable battery, so I will go for matte setting, then I will select the cylindrical of this battery will mesh with this cylindrical surface of this supporting rib. Okay, I click OK first, and now the rechargeable battery is in position, but I can still slide it upward and backward. So I need to position, okay, let me drag like this. I need to position this surface. My net setting will be to this surface. Automatically it goes for coincident, but here I play with the value. I give some amount for about 14, okay, 14 unit. So now my battery from the base plane there is 14 millimeter distance. Alright, so in position, so I must make sure that I have enough space for the wiring to pass through this hole. Alright, I've done the battery in position. So my next setting, based on order, so the way I will mount the component will be, I will go for the PCB. So to do the matte setting for the PCB will be, I select this flat plane will be in line with this plane, because this is the slot holding the PCB. But as you can see, the PCB is turning to this direction. Here the setting on the left, under matte alignment, I go for flip mode, then I click OK. Now the PCB is in line, but this PCB, as you can see, I can still move like this, but actually if you look on this direction, is in line with that face. Alright, so my next setting will be, as you can see here, this face of this PCB must touch the surface of this slot. So in position, okay, now the PCB has two relation of matte setting, but I can still drag it upward and downward. So the next setting will be, okay, let me drag this one upward first for a while. I drag it at this position. The next setting is that I can go for like this. Hold on. Okay, here under the matte setting, so I open the list here. So the PCB, I open the list of the PCB. The PCB of the middle plane, the front plane is in the middle. As you can see, the front plane of the PCB must mesh with this flat surface. So it means now the PCB is in position, because the PCB, half of it will be mounted inside this slot, half of it will be mounted inside the slot of the front casing. Okay, I click OK first. Now the PCB is in position. The way I do the matte setting is in order. Alright, after I've made the PCB, now I will do the power button. Okay, for the power button, I do matte again. So I will select the cylindrical surface of this power button, will mesh this. We have a hole, see, cylindrical surface of that hole. Then I click OK. Okay, now the power button and the hole share the same center point, is concentric, but I can still rotate this power button. I must make sure that this power button must be in line. Alright, another matte setting, if you see my previous video, I have already made a reference point. As you can see, there is a reference point already done. If you look in my previous video, I have already done this reference point. So this reference point must mesh with this corner point. So I select this corner point, and now the PCB coincide both those 2 points in coincidence. Alright, so now the power button in fixed position. I click OK first. Now I've done the power button. Alright, the next thing, after I've mounted all these components, the next one will be this rear cap. So this rear cap I will do matte. So I will select this cylindrical surface, it mesh with this cylindrical surface, then it goes for concentric, and then the rear cap is concentric. Then I will go for this face must touch this surface. Alright, so now my rear cap is in position. Alright, I can still rotate the rear cap, but I don't care, so as long as the rear cap in fixed position. So I click OK first. Okay, now after I've put all this internal part in this rear casing, so my next move, I will enclose this casing by do the matte setting for the front casing to the rear casing. Right, then I will go for my next matte setting. So I will select, okay, the front casing. The way to do it, so I have this surface. If you look this front casing, actually the front casing we have a lips. On the rear casing we have the groove, but actually this surface must touch the surface of the rear casing, so automatically it goes for coincident, as you can see for this in this viewing direction, so it's in line, but I can still move this front casing, but it remain on that plane, right? Okay, the next setting is for me is to do this one. As you can see, this face and this face will mesh, so I click OK. Okay, now it's in position, but still the rear casing can still, I slide it in both direction like this. Okay, the next one will be this face and this face must mesh. Okay, now the front casing in fixed position, right? So I click OK first. Okay, after I've enclosed this front casing and the rear casing, so the next thing of course will be fastening the screw. Alright, fastening the screw. Since the screw I only have one, okay, to duplicate the screw, I select the screw, hold down my control button, I can clone it, hold down the control button like this. Since we have 5 screws, right? Alright, the first screw I will do mate setting. Okay, for the first screw I will do mate. Okay, I will do mate. I will select this cylindrical surface must mesh with this one. It goes to that direction, so I go flip mode, then I click OK, and now I select this back surface here. We have a flat surface and it will touch the inside the flat surface. So now my screw is in position. Okay, I will pause this video since I have 4 more screws to go. Then I will resume to the position where I have done the screw. Let me pause this video. Alright, now the last screw. Okay, this cylindrical surface must mesh with this cylindrical surface, and it goes to that direction. And I go to here, mate alignment, go to flip mode, then I click OK. And now this flat surface must touch this surface. Okay, now I've done all the 5 screws in position. Let me click OK first. Okay, let me save this assembly file. So I will save, hold on, I will save this assembly file. I will name as full assembly. Alright, I will name it as full assembly of my mini vacuum cleaner. Okay, as you can see now, I have completed the sub assembly of this handle unit, where I have mounted all the internal part inside this front and rear casing. But before I proceed to the sub assembly of the other parts, I need to make sure that, since I have already mentioned that if you look at the list on this picture manager, so the way the list here must be in order of the way how we assemble the parts. Since I already mentioned that the rear casing will be the base, so it will be the first on the list. Second, I will mount the DC motor, so DC motor will be second, and third will be the impeller, since the impeller will be mounted onto the DC motor. Then the fourth one will not be the container valve, so it means that the fourth one that I did mention will be after the DC motor and the impeller. It will be the rechargeable battery. So this rechargeable battery, I will drag it up until it touch the impeller. So it means rechargeable battery will be number 4. First is the rear casing, second DC motor, third will be impeller. Then I will mount the rechargeable battery. After I mount the rechargeable battery, so I will mount the PCB. So the PCB, I will select it, I will bring it up until it touch the rechargeable battery. So now PCB will be number 5. So for number 6, after the PCB mounted onto the rear casing, so I will go for the on-off button. So on-off button, I will drag it up until it touch the PCB. Now the on-off button will be number 6. After the on-off button, then okay, I will do the cap, the rear cap. I will mount the rear cap after the on-off button. Alright, so the rare cap will be number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the rare cap. So after I've mounted the rare cap, I will after I mounted the rare cap, then I will mount the front casing. So the front casing here will be dragged up until it touch the rare cap. So the front casing will be number 8. Alright, will be number 8. So I enclose this one, the front casing to the rear casing, then it will be fastened by the 5 screws. Alright, so it will be fastened by the 5 screws. So I will select screw up 1 up until screw 5. So I will drag it up until it touch the front casing. So this is very important. So you must make the list here must be in order, the way how you assemble this screw, all this component inside this front and rear casing. Alright, so it will affect your part number when you will do the assembly drawing. You have balloons, the part number, and also your bill of material, the part number. You cannot do it randomly. Alright, so since now I have already completed the sub assembly of this back group here, the handle unit here, the handle group, now I will do the sub assembly of the other group, which is I forgot to insert the container, so I need to insert it. So the container, the name is the name of the container will be the dust container. The dust container, I select it, then I put the dust container at this position. Hold on. Alright, now I will do the sub-assembly of this group, the other group, which is the dust container. After I've completed the assembly of this group, then only I will move the dust container with all the internal component, the HEPA filter and the valve and also the nozzle already intact. Then I will do the mate setting. It will mate with this at the end of this main casing. Alright, since I want to make the sub-assembly of this group, so I will select this, because this sub-container is, I can move it. I will select this to become temporarily as a base of component. So I will select this one, so I will right click it, I make it fit. So because I want to do the mate setting, it will go inside this container. I don't want the container to be moved, so I make it in fixed mode. As you can see here, the container, the dust container is in F, so it means in fixed mode. Alright, to mount all the component inside this dust container, so I will do mate setting. Let me drag the valve first. So it means that I cannot mount the HEPA filter. Since for me to do the assemble or this thing, I need to mount the valve first. After the valve is in place, then only I can mount the HEPA filter into position. Then only I can mount this, what we call it, crevice nozzle into position. Okay, for the first mate setting for this sub assembly, so I will go for this valve. Okay, this valve, I will select I don't have any cylindrical surface, so I will select this circular edge, and I will select this circular edge. Alright, so it goes to concentric, then I click OK. But as you can see here, the turning of the key of the valve is pointing to this direction, so I will go for here flip, then it goes to that direction. Let me click OK first. I can still drag this valve, but it maintain the concentric relation. Alright, my next setting is that I can select this space of the key must mesh with this space, so it goes in line. And the last setting for this valve will be this surface will touch the inside surface of that rectangular slot. So I click OK. Now the valve in fixed mode. Alright, the valve is fixed mode. Alright, my next one, so after I've mounted the valve into this container, then only I can mount the HEPA filter. Alright, so I will select this cylindrical surface here. It mesh with the cylindrical surface, it goes to that direction. I click, but I must click at here mate alignment. I go to flip mode, so it turns to that direction. Right, I can drag this HEPA filter like this. as you can see inside this container, we have this feature. We have a cutout here. So this cutout behave as a stopper for this HEPA filter, right? So since this HEPA filter will be fit onto this plane, will be fit onto this plane, right? So now I will select this face will mesh with this surface. So now the HEPA filter in fixed position. Okay, I already put the HEPA filter in position. Okay, my next one will be the long nozzle here, the crevice nozzle. So this crevice nozzle, I will select the cylindrical surface, will mesh with the internal cylindrical surface. So it turns to that direction. But I go flip mode, it goes to this direction. Then I will drag to this position. And now the next setting will be this one will touch this one. Alright, it will go to that level. So now my let me click OK first. Now the long nozzle is in position. Okay. Alright, later I will adjust this position. First I need to, okay, I've done the assembly of the second group. Okay, now I will do the mate of this cylindrical container here will mesh with the, okay, before I do that, since I have already made this cylindrical container as you see, the dust container is F in bracket in fixed mode, so I need to right click at it to make it float, so I can move, I can drag this dust container. Okay, now my next setting, I will do mate. I will select the cylindrical surface will mesh with this cylindrical surface. I go to flip mode, it goes like that. Then I click OK. I can still drag it like this, and now this face must touch this surface. Right, so now my dust container and the group is in position. Let me click OK first. Alright, before I go to mate setting, it means the orientation of this nozzle is not at the right orientation. Okay, the important thing is about the key. As you can see in my previous video, I already create the key of this at the end of the nozzle of this front end rack casing. We have the L key, and for the dust container we have the L cutout, the L slot. So it means the L key and the L slot must be matched. Alright, so I can check it at the, if I go for the display hidden line style, as you can see, if I go to this viewing direction, as you can see we have double line, so it means still the L key of the nozzle of the front casing does not mesh with the L slot of the cylindrical container. So I must do another mate setting. Right, my another mate setting is that here I go for mate again. So I will select on the list here the dust container, the right plane of that dust container, and I close the list. I will select the front casing or the rear casing, the not the right plane, not the top plane, but the front plane, so it goes in line. Then I click OK. Hold on, I click OK, then I click OK. Alright, let me check by showing hidden lines. I need to see that the L key of the, okay, let me go for this viewing direction. Alright, as you can see now, if I go for this viewing direction, as you can see we don't have double line, so it means the L key from the nozzle of the front casing and rear casing of the front casing does really match with the L slot of this dust container. Since we have pair of the L key and L slot, the other side there I need to check also. As you can see on the other side, let me go to this viewing direction, we don't have any double line, so it means it does really mesh. Alright, it does really mesh. So it means that my container is in exact position. Alright, let me save again this. Okay, I already saved as full assembly. Okay, I already saved the file as full assembly. The only thing left is about this long nozzle here, the crevice nozzle is, I don't need to be at this orientation. Alright, to do this, I can still rotate the nozzle like this. So to do that, I want it to be at, okay, I want it to be at this vertical orientation, but I cannot do it by just dragging like this. I have to do by doing mate setting. All right, let me drag it like this forward. Okay, like that. Okay, my next mate setting will be, so I will go for the name is the crevice nozzle. The crevice nozzle, I will go for, yes, the front plane will mesh. I close the list, will mesh with the dust container front plane, and now the nozzle in position. All right, is in position. Okay, in vertical position. Let me double check again about the L key. I don't want the L key to be I want the L key to be in exact position. Okay, it does not affect the L key and the L slot. All right, okay, let me save my file again. All right, one more thing I did mention about the order of the assembly. So I have already done the order of the sub-assembly of the handle unit. Okay, about the dust container unit sub-assembly, I have to make it in order. I have already put the list of this group in order based on the way how we assemble things. As you can see here, from up until from the main board, from the here, if I close the list, hold on, I close the list here, the rear casing. So we have DC motor number 2, impeller, everything is in order up until screw 1, screw 3, up until screw 5. Okay, next after screw 5, so it should be the container valve. It should be the dust container, should be, I bring it up until screw 5. So because this is the main thing, we have the dust container. After the dust container, for the sub assembly of dust container, we will mount the valve first. So the container valve is right after the dust container. Then I will mount after the valve is mounted inside this container, then I will mount the filter. So I bring the filter right after container valve. So the filter will be here, and the last one will be the crevice nozzle. So this how you must make it in order. Right, you cannot just put it this randomly. So I save the file again, as my file name is full assembly. Alright, my next move is that I've already done all the list here in full assembly mode, and everything is in order based on the order of how we assemble this mini vacuum cleaner. Alright, the next move will be the exploded view. Alright, to do exploded view, under the assembly here we have a menu above here, so I will click at exploded view. Alright, the setting on the left is about exploded view. Okay, before I proceed to the settings here to do the exploded view, let me explain. Exploded view is very important in engineering drawing, and also in the SolidWorks. You need to show exploded view because exploded view will show all this part when being disassembled. It can show line path, the assembly line. Like for example, if I want to explain to the client, to other department, of how this, for example, the DC motor and the impeller, how is it mounted onto this rear casing in full assembly mode, we cannot explain it. For example, how the battery will be put into the rib, how the power button will be fitted into this inside this front and rear casing, and also how the PCB will be mounted onto the slot, and also about all the valve, the HEPA filter, how does it relate, we mount it, because since this is full assembly, we cannot explain how this thing, the line of assembly, we cannot show the path of the line of how we will do the disassemble and also assembling the parts. So that's why exploded view is very important. So we have to do exploded view beside full assembly. All right. Okay, to do the exploded view, if you look on the setting here, it's about explode steps. Whatever I move parts here, it will be recorded as explode steps 1. If I select the other part, it will record as explode step 2, and so on and so on. Alright, if before this I already explained to you the way we do assembly must be in order. for the case of exploded view, I must do it also in order. What I mean, the way we disassemble this part in order, so it might be in reverse mode. Okay, imagine that this is a full assembly of mini vacuum cleaner. When you want to dismantle this mini vacuum cleaner, what will be the first thing you will remove it? So in this case, it must be in order. So the first thing, I cannot go like I pull out the DC motor and impeller because everything is inside. So it will not be my first explode step, right? It will not be my first on the list. So the first thing, if we think logically, when I want to disassemble this mini vacuum cleaner, okay, remember I do this assemble, we have two categories. First is the group, the sub-assembly of this handle unit, the front area casing, and we have all the internal part. The second group is the group of this container together with the long nozzle. So in order for me, the first step for me to do disassemble of this mini vacuum cleaner, it must be in order. So logically, I will select this container and its group. Okay, the sub-assembly of this container must be, it's kind of like when I want to assemble, I will turn to the direction to unlock the L key and the L slot. Then I will move this group of container up until nozzle to this position. So this will be the container and the group here will be recorded as step 1. So what I mean, so I will select. Okay, it's hard to select since it's not in section mode. Okay, let me drag this thing. Let me cancel back the exploder view. So I go first in the section view, this section view. Alright, so I will go for here assembly. I go for exploded view. Alright, the setting on the left. So I will go explode steps 1. So I will select the group of the container. I will select the filter, the valve, and the nozzle. So this will be my first group. So here I have the axis here, Y, Z, and X direction. So I will move it in X direction. So it kind of like I will remove this group first to disassemble this as my first step to disassemble this mini vacuum cleaner. Let me put at this location for a while. So whatever thing I move this group, so the setting on the left here is recorded as explode step 1. So we have all the component involved in explode step 1. Okay, whatever setting I've done, this is very important. You must click done, so it will be recorded as explode step 1. As you can see now on the list here, we have explode step 1, we have all the group. All right, okay, so for now is asking about explode step 2. Alright, about explode step 2, after I have disassembled the group of this container and all the component involved, so the next thing, I will not remove the front casing. It will still involve with this group. Alright, so after I have removed this container and the group, my explode step 2, I will not remove the valve, since the valve is inside. It's been blocked by this HEPA filter. So my next move, I will remove this HEPA filter. I will select this filter, so I will drag it up until this position, right? Up until this position. Then I must click done. It's recorded. If I click done, it's recorded as explode step 2. Right, then my next move for explode step 3. Now it's asking about explode step 3. My explode step 3, after I remove the HEPA filter in this direction, then only I can remove the valve. So I select the valve, so I move the valve up until this position. Actually, later I can adjust the position. It's kind of like too close. Okay, about this position, I must click done, so it will be recorded as explode step 3. Now I will not move the container because the container is kind of like a base for my sub-assembly here. So my explode step 4, so I will select this long nozzle, I move it to this location. Alright, to this location. Then I must click done. Okay, now I have this. Okay, I can adjust whatever thing. Like I said, I want to make this the first explode step 1. If I scroll up, the explode step 1 is the whole thing. I can drag it and make it a little bit further like this. Then I click done. Whatever changes that I've done, I must click done, so it will be recorded. Whatever any adjustment that I've done for explode step 1. So about the explode step 2, I want my the filter to be little bit at this position. I must click done to confirm it. Then it goes for, if I want to adjust explode step 3, I click explode step 3. I adjust the valve to this location, then I must click done. Alright, okay, now I've done explode step 1 until explode step 4. Alright, the next thing, I already disassembled the first group, the container and the parts involved. About explode step 5, so it will be, okay, let me close, okay, let me click OK first to confirm it. Need to click OK. Okay, I have done the first setting of this exploded step, but how do I go back to my explode step setting? Here on the list here, the first here we have feature manager, not the second one. This is about property manager. I will go for configuration manager, the third one. So here we have the list default full assembly. If I click at the cursor here, we have exploded view. I right click edit and I go edit feature. Now I'm back on my previous setting. So I already done up until exploded step 4. Now it's about, okay, let me close first. What I need to show you, I need to off first the section view. The exploded view I edit back. So now it's about explode step 5. Alright, after I've done disassemble of the container and the group, alright, the first sub assembly here, so now it's about explode step 5. After I've dismantled the container and all this part, so now the next one I will dismantle the, of course I will dismantle the front casing, but I cannot dismantle the front casing without me unfasten the 5 screws. So the next one, exploded step 5, will be the 5 screws. So I will select the 5 screw, hold on, I select the 5 screw, 1, hold on my control key, select all the 5 screw, the 5 screws. So this will be recorded as explode step 5. So I will move the screw in the Z direction up until this position. So this will be recorded. I must click done. So this one will be recorded as explode step 5. Alright, after I have unfastened this screw, so now only I can remove the front casing. Alright, so for explode step 6, I will select this front casing. So I will move it. I cannot go to Y direction. Logically it will go for Z direction. I put it up until this position, then I click done. So I have enough space for me to dismantle the battery, the PCB and the power button. Alright, after I have dismantled the front casing, now it asks about explode step 7. About explode step 7, logically after I have dismantled this front casing, the next thing to do, I will not go for the DC motor, the impeller. Logically, kind like I need to remove this rear casing. It's kind like blocking for me to dismantle the DC motor, the impeller. If I don't remove the rear casing, it kind like prevent me, kind like blocking for me to dismantle this DC motor and this impeller. So it means explode step 7, I will go for this rear cap here, rear cap. I will not go for X direction, because logically you cannot move on X direction to dismantle this rear cap, because we have kind like a slot here as a stopper. So the only way we dismantle this rear cap is in Z directions, right? It cannot be on X direction, it would be on Z direction. I put it at this position, so I must click done, so it already record as explode step 7. Okay, now after I've dismantled the rear cap, the next thing, explode step 8. Explode step 8 will be the of course will be the DC motor together with the impeller as one group, and I cannot go for X direction because it's kind like the rear casing is preventing this to go for in X direction, also Y direction. The line of the me to dismantle and also to assemble to plug in this motor impeller must be in Z direction. So I will dismantle the line of path, it will be in Z direction. So I will go at this position. I must click done, so it will record as explode step 8. Now it is asking about explode step 9. Explode step 9, I cannot jump ahead to the power button or PCB or battery because I still have not yet dismantled this impeller. So explode step 9 will be this impeller, so I will dismantle at this position. So now the impeller have already been disassembled. So I click done, so it will ask for Now it's asking about explode step 10. Right, after the DC motor and the impeller, the next thing to do is, will I go for PCB power button or will I go for the battery? Logically, I will remove the battery. Alright, the battery. So the battery, I will select it. I cannot go for this Y direction. Alright, I will go for Z direction, because if I go for Y direction, upward direction, it kind of like the casing, the rack casing is prevented for me to go to Y direction and also to this X direction. So for this battery also, I will go for Z direction. So I put the battery into this position. So this will be the line path of my disassemble the part, right? So I put this at this location for a while, and I click done. Alright, the next one will be after the rechargeable battery, then only. Alright, what left here, we have power button and PCB. Logically, I cannot remove the PCB, since the power button is kind like fitted inside here. It kind like prevent this PCB to be removed, so I need to remove the power button first, so it will be recorded as explode step 11. So I select the power button. Okay, the direction is okay, sometimes the direction, yeah, is based on Z direction, so I could drag it up until this position. Let me adjust to this position. So I click done. Now it asks for exploded step 12, so then only I can remove the PCB. I go for Z direction as well. So I just put up to this position. Later I can adjust the position of each part. Okay, I click done. Now I have explode step 1 up until explode step 12. Okay, I think that's all for the exploded step. For explode step, because I have removed all the part, I just want to make sure which part that I missed. Yeah, the screw is already been disassembled. Yeah, I believe that's all for explode step 12. Will be my full exploded step. Then I click OK. Okay, now I have done exploded steps for this mini vacuum cleaner. Okay, I need to show you. I go back to this feature manager again. Right, since I've done exploded view, I need to show you. If you look on the list here, under feature manager, the first one, the full assembly, if I right click at it, I go for collapse, and we go for collapse mode. So this is a full assembly mode. If I want to show the exploded view mode, I bring here my mouse here, so I right click at it and I go explode. So and we have explode mode. Right, so we have two modes, full assembly and also explode mode. Alright, okay, now I'm in explode mode. If I bring my mouse here, so I will right click at it. As you can see in the menu here, so we have option here, animate collapse. If I click at animate collapse, so it will play the animation how this part will be assembled. Right, we start from the explode mode and go to assembly mode. As you can see, that's important about how you do manage your explode step. You cannot do it randomly, because I do it in order. As you can see, the way it assembled my parts is in order. As you start by PCB power button, mount the battery, mount the DC motor. Okay, I can make it slow speed. This one is slow play. I slow it by, okay, actually I make it slower. Right, okay, as you can see, the way how it assembled is based on the order I've already set for the explode step. As you can see, I repeat again. Okay, the first, okay, we start with PCB power button, and we mount the battery, the DC motor, and this one. Right, I can go for doing this direction. Impeller, mount the motor, then only fasten the screw, then we mount this and we attach it. Right, you can make it slower here by slow play, and also you can, if I pause it, you can even save the animation to show to your client or to other department, to share to your friends your design, to show how this part will be assembled in order. Alright, you can save as AVI or also MP4. Alright, here also if I go for, okay, now I'm in not explode mode. If I go for collapse mode, okay, I bring my mouse here and I right click at it. I go for animate explode, so it will show how the product will be disassembled based on in order. So that's why you have to set your explode step in order. You cannot do it randomly, so you cannot show really this one is systematically been disassembled and also assembled, right? So everything is in order, the way how it dismantle the product. So this you can save the video, you can share to your client, to your to any department, to your friends. You can explain about your product by showing this preview of this animation, right? So that's a good thing when you do it correctly. All right, so I will go back to collapse mode. So I save my file again. Alright, the next thing to do is about, since I've done the exploded view for this mini vacuum cleaner, so let me go back to this explode mode. Okay, the next thing to do, since I've already made this exploded view, I need to show, because since I will, after you have done this full assembly and exploded view, you need to produce a set of working drawings. Okay, the first set of working drawing, the first one will be the assembly drawings. You have balloons and BOM, and also you have followed by the exploded view drawing. The exploded view drawing, you have to show the path line, as I already mentioned earlier. This one already shown this part being disassembled, but it does not show the path line of how this nozzle relate to this, how this valve will be mounted onto this. This view only show the position of the component be disassembled, so we need to show the path line, the line of how this thing will be mounted onto this piece. For example, like this motor, and how this impeller will be mounted onto the shaft. So I need to show like a path line, and how this motor will be fitted onto this rib, I need to show the path line, and so on and so on. All right, so it means to show the path line. All right, to show the path line here, so under the exploded view, I click at this cursor here, so we have explode line sketch. Alright, explode line sketch. If I click at it, now the setting on the left is quite simple. It's just like either we want to use root line or we want to use jog line. So for the default case, I will go for first option, the root line. So since I take the easiest one, since as you can see the long nozzle and this container and this valve and this air filter is under one direction of the path line of this component will be assembled and also disassemble. So I go for simple one for this one. So I will select, so items to connect here, I select the cylindrical surface of this nozzle up until, I will not select the container because it under one path line, so up until it goes to this cylindrical surface, because all this thing will be mounted onto the cylindrical surface of this rear casing. So I will select the cylindrical surface. As you can see now, we have the path lines in this color, so I click OK. So now we have the path line. Alright, okay, the next one I will go for something. I will go for a simpler version first. This one, the impeller will be mounted on the shaft, so I will select the cylindrical surface of this impeller, will go here, so I have a path line. I click OK. The next one will be, alright, the next one will be the screw. Okay, I will go for the screw. This screw, the cylindrical surface of the screw, I select it. It will go to this holes, but actually sometimes it goes to this, the path line will go for this root line. So the root line, if I select at the arrow, so it will go for alternate root line, so it will go for straight path. I click OK. And about this one also, okay, hold on, about this one, I select this cylindrical surface, must go here, so it goes to this one. I select the arrow, so it goes for shortest root line, straight path. So I click the arrow, so it go for that alternate root line. Right, the last screw will be this one. So I click the arrow, so it will go for alternate root line, so it goes for straight path line. Right, so I've done the screw, the 5 screws is already have the path line. And the next one, okay, all right, the next one would be I will show the how this, okay, I will show how this path line for this motor, since the impeller will be mounted, it show the path line, the impeller mounted onto the shaft. The next one will be the cylindrical surface of this motor will be fitted onto this cylindrical surface of the rib to support the motor. Okay, if I use the root line, if I select this cylindrical surface and I select the cylindrical surface of this rib, so the path line that it goes for like this, right, it goes for it, even I click the arrow, so what it can do, it make kind of like a zigzag direction. So I will not do this one, so I clear this thing. I will not use a root line. For this case, I will use the second option here. On the left here we have jog line. Okay, if I go for jog line, so I need to draw here, we have a line, I need to draw the line manually. So it means that I will select here at this surface, I have a center point there, so I will create, okay, now this is XY plane, this line will go in 3D space, but as you can see of axis of the icon here, XY is not the right plane, as this actually is SY plane. So I will press tab keyboard, so it goes for ZY can do, or YZ. So okay, this is horizontal, so I just simply click like this, and now I can drag this line. I drag this line, okay, never mind, I drag this line up until this position. Okay, it's snapping at that edge. Alright, about here, I must make sure that it snap at that. Okay, it's already at the center point. Alright, so this would be the jog line for this DC motor. Same goes at the other end here. So I will select, I will create another jog line from this center of this. So make sure it is YZ plane, not XY plane. So this one is okay, this is horizontal. I click like that, then I can, hold on, I go for this viewing direction, hold on. Okay, I will drag this up until it goes up until okay, it's already snapped to this point. I delete the relation here, so this one I would drag it up and touch like this, so it kind of showing it touch to this point, right? So we have this, what we call the jog line, right? I have the jog line. Okay, the next one, okay, I will go for another, okay, about the other component. Okay, the motor already, I already make the path line for the DC motor and also the impeller. Okay, the next thing is about I can go for the batteries. Okay, the battery also I will use jog line. I cannot use the root line, so I'm using the second one, jog line. So I will create a line, I will snap the line at, make sure it snap at that center point. So I go for YZ plane, not XY plane, so it goes like this. This one horizontal, then this one I will drag it this point up until the batteries touch the here. The batteries will go to up until somewhere at this point, kind of like showing that where the path line for the battery. Okay, if I go for this way, kind of like showing we have a path line that kind of explain the battery will be mounted onto these three supporting ribs. So I go a little bit deeper like this, right? So I have that battery also at the bottom here. I also do, I'm now in jog line. I will create a line also, start at this, make sure it at that snap at that center point there, make sure it's YZ and it goes horizontal like this, and I will drag it this point up until it goes, okay, hold on, I will drag it, it goes a little bit further inside, can show like we can see there is a path line for the battery to be mounted onto this. Alright, so I've done the battery. Okay, now it's about I've done the battery, and about the PCB, the PCB and the power button. Alright, the PCB, I will go for PCB first. PCB, I cannot use also the root line for PCB. If okay, I will use also the jog line for PCB, so I create a line. Okay, for the PCB I will go, hold on, for the PCB I will go for this line, make sure YZ, make sure it's horizontal, then zoom out. I drag it up until it goes further up, until kind like it goes inside the slot. We need to show like it goes further and goes fit into this slot for this. Okay, maybe it touch at that, coincide with that line, right? So I go another line here for the bottom of this PCB. So this middle point, make sure it's horizontal like this, and this one, okay, I have to be horizontal. Click that, click OK, then I drag it up until it touch to that point, so it kind of goes into the slot. So I already done for the PCB. Okay, the next one is the power button. The power button, okay, I will do the same. The power button means that I will go for this, I will go for jog line. I create line and make sure it goes at the, I have the center point here, so make sure that YZ, it goes horizontal like this. Then I will drag it up until it goes up until here. So it's okay, this one is okay to show that the power button, the on off button will be fitted at this. I have a path line there. Alright, the next one will be, okay, the motor is done, PCB done, the power button done, battery is done, and the next one will be this rear cap. Alright, the rear cap I will do jog line also. I create the line, then I will go for, okay, I have a point there, so make sure in YZ direction and goes horizontal. Then I will drag it this point up until it touch. Okay, let me click OK first. It goes to this, about this point. It's kind of like showing that it goes fit into this slot. Okay, this one is good, and I ignore the warning, so I kind of like have showing that this rear cap will be fitted into this slot. Alright, I click OK. So let me save my file again. Let me save my file again, and now okay, I have okay, I have this rear cap already done. The only thing left I have not show yet the path line is the front casings. Okay, in order for me to do that, I go exploded view, explode line cache again, and I go for, alright, for the front casing, or sorry, for the front casing, the path line, it will be, I will not use jog line, I can use the root line, since because I have this pin here. So I select the cylindrical surface of the pin will be meshed with this cylindrical surface of the pin. So we have a straight root line there. I click OK, and same goes for this pin will mesh with this pin, and same goes this one will mesh with this cylindrical surface. And the next one for this pin, I will select this one will go here. So we have, okay, now we have a straight path. I click OK first. Okay, about the bottom one, if I try for root line again, if I click this one and I click this circle, so now it can read the straight line. Alright, sometimes it happens like that. So I click OK. Now I've done all the let me click OK first. Now I save my file again. Now I've done all the path line for this mini vacuum cleaner. Alright, okay, so I believe I've done all the path line for this mini vacuum cleaner. Alright, I think I end up this video up until this position because this video is taking too long. Okay, inshallah in the next video I will show you, since I've already completed the full assembly, exploded view, and also with exploded view line sketch, the path line. In my next video, inshallah I will show you how I will do assembly drawing and also exploded view drawing. Alright, I will see you in the next video, but before that, please do appreciate my works by clicking like, subscribe, and promote my video to your friends. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.